for the moment, but oh, what a kite and counter punch coming through from Prophet's Tribe. They drop that supercharger down. Weasel, Volt, Modern State, all finding goods, all finding success. Even the Moira getting in on the action, and it's going to be Prophet's Tribe picking up that second point and taking the 2-1 lead here in our match.
Man, okay. I mean, I'll say it again. You can't just, there's no way you can weather a 4-minute, 45-second time bank, and the way that they stacked their ults, and the way that they brought the speed in there also, to go against what was being done. Look at this. The play of the game is the Mercy going Battle Mercy, picking up a 2K.
Oh, you gotta love it. Gotta love it.
So, I mean, that was the stubbornness of them playing the Genji on defense. The weird tank configuration coming from them on their attack. They shot themselves in the foot. And I mean, you go double shield there or you go full dive. You don't do the weird Sigma Winston tank line with a Genji and Junkrat. That was weird.
I'd have
that
to.
Was just
odd. I'd have to agree. It made for a split focus and split purpose of that composition. And what the team was wanting to do was, half the team trying to get aggressive, half trying to split them up, trying to create chaos. The other half sitting back and trying to throw in spam damage. And I don't think it just quite came together the way Tidal was hoping.
No. Oh, so swapping sides here as we go to World. Man, they got to pull their heads out there, Bahooty. That was ugly, and there's no other way to say it. That was just, I think they got lucky getting the first point at all. So, man, that was hard to watch for me for a little bit. So as we go to Escort here, and we go into the lovely country of Gibraltar, just for everybody out there. Yeah, it was hard to watch. It was just really hard to watch because it just seemed so disjointed. I don't think that anybody really committed to what was being done. I guess that's it. Just
right. They seem to kind of be on separate pages on their attack, at least, and that's referring to Tidal RTC and that strange composition that we saw. And I think they're on point B. Their best chance was that snowball. They came into point B with a full head of steam and a full bank of ultimates, and there wasn't a whole lot to counter it on the other side. And they weren't able to find the kills. They weren't able to use them successfully and get the value needed. And after that, I mean, it just seemed like Prophet's Tribe was in control, had the ultimates to spare, and used them wisely. Stacking them nicely, not throwing everything out all at once. And that discipline, I think, has been the big difference maker here so far. Because we've seen killer individual play coming from Tidal RTC. I mean, it's not a lack of talent or ability to click heads or even really game sense or anything like that. It's team coordination and ult usage that's been the difference maker so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the biggest thing is the discipline of what you're doing. And I just, it was just so hard to watch.
Billy over here just truly disappointed. I'm so sorry.
I am. Because we know how we know how good our team.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly it. We know how good this team can be. We've broadcast them before, and they're not looking as coordinated as we've seen in the past. Perhaps the absence of Reinhardt playing a big part, hurting them quite a bit here in today's match.
Yeah, absolutely. And bleh. That's all I've got to say for that last one.
The expert analysis. Oops. I just transitioned back into the same screen. That was good.
Yikes.
NA production.
NA production heard. No, I just think I think that, just the choices that were so weak. I wanted to see better. Fatal coming. Sorry, talking.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. It looked like we had a little hiccup in the stream. I don't know if my internet seemed to do something weird. But hey, hopefully everybody makes it back in here. I apologize for any inconvenience to the viewers out there. As we're getting set up to head into Watch Point Gibraltar, now, I will say this is where you bring out that Winston.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
Of course, all the high ground available, both on point A and point B, just makes for excellent dive work. And it's a great way to counter, if the bunker comp is sitting up on the high ground, it's a good way to close that distance. And create some chaos in there, especially if they're working with some range DPS, and you're able to get in their face and take them out that way.
Yeah,
so I mean, this could be a strong map for Tidal.
It could be, if you go with not Sigma on dive.
Didn't seem to be a whole lot of built-in synergy there between Winston and Sigma. The Sigma Zarya, I could somewhat see the merit to that, but the Sigma Winston just seemed to have zero synergy.
I mean, just the look on my face right now. Oh god, it was hard to watch. I keep saying it, but it was really hard to watch for me. As we go into said Watch Point Gibraltar.
Did we get any subs coming in before map 4?
We did. Tayuku's gone out for Reaper on the healer line. We've got Psycho coming in for Arrow on the support line, Tidal RTC as well, and then Fatal coming in for Yumioka on the DPS line for RTC. No swaps for Prophet's Tribes, so we are going to be seeing something here. I hope that if they do decide to go with the dive attack when they do get their chance to attack, it looks like they're going to do dive defense. That's what I'm being shown on my screen now. And let me rejoice because it's a proper dive.
It is indeed. As we did get RTCs going back on the defense here to start us off back in those blue jerseys. Bringing out the Winston Diva with a little bit of legs thrown in there. Soldier 76. Interesting caveat to this composition. Why do you think they're pulling out the Soldier instead of the Tracer or the Doom?
Farah.
Yep, strictly
They're
for
scared of Farah.
Yep.
They're scared of Farah.
I think that's valid. 100% on point as usual. On the other side, here we're getting the Wrecking Ball Sigma coming out from Prophet's Tribe as they go on the attack. Weasel going onto the Sombra, who's looping around the outside, moving up to the high ground, scouting things out, looking for a good target. Mr. Piffles picks the Mercy down. Back into spawn, no more res available here for the defense. All they have is a Lucio there in the heals department. Julitaku's going to pick off Weasel, finding her out, but all the while, Cart moving underneath, pushing through Car Wash here. And that res does come through onto Weasel.
Yeah, that's unavailable for a minute, but okay. Where the Winston Sigma really weirded me out, the Wrecking Ball Sigma equally baffles my mind right now.
I mean, I think they're trying to play the Sigma as a little bit of a main tank with just a little bit of disruption coming through. But I'm not sure that that's enough shielding. You wouldn't be better off with an Orisa if you're going to try to go that route. Fatal King and Sword Skills coming through with a couple picks there. Fatal actually finding 2. And this defense will plant their feet here at the back of Car Wash.
I never realized that Hammond's eyes glisten after he's killed.
Oh, I don't know that I've ever noticed that either.
I saw something shiny on the ground, and it was his eyes sparkling as the life went out of him.
Oh, poor hamster.
Oh, poor hamster. But I mean, they're sticking with this.
They are indeed. In fact, the defense moving up to the high ground. It looks like the Trapper's going to go up there to meet them. Weasel moving over to a Reaper here, but just gets immediately deleted. Sword Skills right there with the deflect. And all that shotgun damage pushed right back into him. Now here comes the Blade. Sword Skill takes out the Mercy, who was trying to res. The res did come through. But 3 kills quickly light up that feed here for Tidal RTC. And this defense should hold here, at least for the meantime.
That was an excellent pop of the Dragon Blade there. And I'm not sure why we have. Oh my gosh, Psychona popping the Valkyrie just for the reason to kill.
Well, that Valkyrie does come back pretty quickly, but that may be one they are going to want back. A damage boost for your whole team can be quite powerful.
Absolutely. I mean, both sides have massive ult.
I was just thinking the same thing, Billy. There's a lot coming in here. Both tank ult available for both teams. We're going to get the mines to start things off. Gravitic Flux thrown into the mix as well. Sound Barrier used on the other side to help defend from the Flux. And there's a lot of health bars there for the other team. Salty's going to go ahead and toss that bomb onto the objective and just kind of clear off the point. But you have a battle going on in server room as Bob and Coalescence come out and combine for a pair of kills. Call Volt picks up a pair of his own. And this attacking team coming to life as it looks like they're going to clean up server room and put a point on the board here on WPG.
First of all, what the heck was that bomb? There was nobody on point. Why do you throw it on the... Oh, my goodness.
Well,
questionable self-destruct there from Frightened Salt. Man, you could really use it right here to stop this snowball that could be coming through your way. But Fatal King does have his Tac Visor online. So let's see how he uses this. But you got to watch for this. The Weasel almost has that nasty Death Blossom online. It is now online, so you've got to be watching for that.
Yeah, RTC found him out as he was hiding in shuttle, and they go chase him back down to the rest of his team. He's going to go ahead and teleport back up to the high ground. In the meantime, Sword Skills drops. Reaper goes down, but gets a res right back up. Mr. Pivels finds the kill on the Fatal King, putting good use of this Doomfist and taking out both DPS. Mr. Pivels showing off here with the Boxer. Now he's going to go punching in, looking for more. He's just bloodthirsty, finds the Mercy, puts a large chunk of damage down into Joel Otaku, follows it up with a nice right hook on the Killer Reaper. And Mr. Piffles with a big 4K here on the back of point B, allowing his team to pick up that second point with plenty of time on the bank.
Yep, and I mean, Joel Otaku just going to get destroyed here because of
bad spawn.
The aggression now is finally coming out. It's been kind of passive too, with what was happening. But I mean, looking at Profits going back over to the tried and true double shield right now, they have the brawl capability way ahead of what Tidal RTC has, and I mean they're going to be so far behind in the ult.
Looks like it's going to be a Meteor Strike combined with a Gravitic Flux. Start things off. No kills coming through on that. In fact, Modern State going down low. Death Blossom coming in on the back, and it does take out Sword Skills, who was using Dragon Blade. Way to shut that down. And the res coming back through onto Mr. Piffles there on the Doomfist, who immediately goes diving into the back line, trying to put some pressure down on the Moira. Moira able to fade out, so he's just going to turn and punch the Sigma. Sigma gone, back into spawn with you. Now Far coming out, Sword Skills making that swap, but that swap doesn't last long. And this payload full steam ahead. It's in 6th gear as it approaches the end of this point. Supercharger coming out from the offense as they look to close this thing out. Just the Lucio left all on point as the Orisa gets taken down. Sigma trying to come out and stall and barely makes it out as there's just a meter left to go. He does not last long with so much damage coming from that Supercharger. And that's 3 points on the board with 2:33 in the clock here for Prophet's Tribe.
They stayed with dive way too long, and I'm going to call out the bomb. I'm going to call out the Valkyrie used kill a Lone Reaper. Those were two things that you had in your kit, in your arsenal ready to go, and you throw it onto the point with nobody on the point. So that's one that was just a horrible self-destruct choice from Fried and Salty. And then Psychona, popping Valkyrie just to kill a Lone Reaper. This is tier 3. I expect the discipline to be a little bit better. That just seemed like lack of discipline to me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And once they found the momentum, Prophet's Tribe just ran over Watchpoint Gibraltar here, completely owning this map. Mr. Piffles making that swap over to the Doomfist and showing up big. Coming out with a 4K right out of the gate and then able to clean up there on point C as well. I think that was a great character choice.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the swap that he made there changed the atmosphere of the mat completely, because he was just getting owned by Tidal. I mean, once they got the first point, I think Tidal at that point has to abandon the dive and go in full bore double shield, because that's what they were facing.
Speaking of, Tidal is going back to the dive here on the attack. Trades coming through to start things off. It's then Sword Skills. Finding the kill onto Weasel, who's going to tilt this balance. Hack going on to carry Volt. as the pressure coming in from both sides onto this bunker comp here stationed on the high ground. Immortality Field used. That's going to save quite a few members there in the meantime. Fantastic Immortality Field, but in the end, it is not enough to keep them alive. Both supports going down, and this will be RTC ushering this payload at least through the car wash.
Yeah, I mean that's now that was great. There was no weirdness to it. It was a monkey dive with Lucio and Mercy, and Fatal King on the Sombra getting a lot of value. Already has EMP available to him.
Weasel and Mr. Piffles both making swaps. Mr. Piffles over to the May off the Doom. Weasel coming off the Sombra of their own, moves over to the Reaper to try to help deal with these dive tanks. See if they can solidify their bunker here a little bit. Here comes a big EMP. 4 people caught in that, and they're all running into this tiny little room. I'm not sure that's advisable. Modern State going to go down. Volt very close to a similar fate. Julitaku able to finish him off with a melee. Rez coming back through on his sword skills. Immediately jumps up and dashes through a Reaper. And RTC not only get a point on the board, but they're claiming a lot of space on point B here as well.
And just they did end up using Valk there. Also, that EMP opened up everything there to that.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
It actually hacked the immortality barrier there that they were able to get those kills through on. So I mean, wow, great awareness of where they were at. And I mean, look at the push they're doing right now. 4.5 minutes. They're halfway through the hangar.
We are going to get Diva Bomb coming out on one side, Gravitic Flux coming out from the defense. Neither seeming to find a whole lot. Now, Ataki's going to go ahead and drop Primal Rage, dive right into the back line as he is just punching everybody in sight. In the end, it is going to be the Orisa of the defense falling, and they're going to respond by nanoing the Sigma to try to stay in this fight. But here comes the Genji Blade, combined with the Sound Barrier. This ninja has so much health and a chip on his shoulder, able to find a good 3K. There to close out point B. Tons of time on the clock here for Tidal.
5:30 going in point D.
But look at that ult bank once again. They are coming up on that EMP, but that is about the closest and really the only thing. They'll have that Valk here before too long. But they're running into so much, and they're going to start off with an Ant Matrix here on the side of the defense. As Prophet's Tribe looking to hold this last corner, see if they can plant their feet here for this long stand.
I mean, Blizzard and Death Blossom are sick enough on their own. Throw into that supercharger and almost another Gravitic Flex. He's so much value on this Sigma right now.
Weasel just going in deep. He's just throwing caution in the wind and able to find a couple kills with the help from his May and his Mercy. Called Volt finding a nice kill as well. Mr. Pibble's picking off sword skills. And this aggressive defense working out here for Prophet's Tribe.
Yeah, it absolutely is. But Weasel did invest that Death Blossom, so I'm a little weirded out on that. He does get a... Oh, Fatal King takes him out.
Way in the back, like as he was coming out of spawn. What a heads-up play from Fatal King. Now we're going to get Supercharger coming out on the side of the defense. Blizzard thrown into the mix as well. But here comes the EMP. EMP finds 4. Is there any follow-up? Winston is frozen stiff and does get taken out. Valk should be able to get that res off. Res does come through, but Salty gets demacked as one tank brought back. Another tank is devalued, and Reaper trying to go in. Let's see if he can take advantage of the lack of defense matrix, but they got to worry about sword skills. Sword skills finding himself a kill, if not 2 there before getting taken out. And this has just been a very interesting brawl back and forth as it seems like the focus of the teams keeps going to either side of the cart. Now the bunker comes starting to stabilize a little bit, play their game a bit more as they're going to throw out an amplification matrix here just to keep Tidal RTC in check.
Yeah, but I mean, Bomb coming up again for Pride and Salt. You've got another Dragon Blade. You've got another Sound Barrier. It's go time.
Here comes the Dragon Blade and Sound Barrier used in tandem. That's going to pick up 1 kill, 2 kills. Sword skills finding the goods once again. They try to turn their attention onto the Orisa as they're not done yet. Orisa whittle down low, sit back to spawn, courtesy of Fatal King. And now, Tidal RTC, they are within striking distance of matching this time bank, but they need one more good fight. This is going to have to be a good bomb coming out of Salty.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And I mean, you've got Flux, you've got Blossom, you've got Blizzard. Oh my goodness, you almost got Supercharged in this. You've got to do it now because they have the ult advantage right this second.
As a matter of fact, the defense is going to go ahead and throw Blizzard as well as Supercharger onto the field. Weasel dropped Death Blossom as well A lot of ultimates coming out from the defense, but they do clean house, and they are going to hold on here on the back of the launch pad.
Yep, but both DPS ultimates invested as well as the supercharger. That is not a good state of being right now. Even though they have already gone past the time that Prophet put out there, they still have the tools in the pocket to get into the overtime period.
We keep a close eye on Fatal King here. Sees 97 towards that EMP. Gets a good hack onto the Baptiste. It does not like what he saw, though, as far as looking for the EMP. Is going to have to back out. Oh, it misses the translocator. Unluckers. Bright and Salty. I think there is bomb under the mix. Didn't see if that came up with anything. And here comes a 6-man EMP. Everybody disabled here on the side of the defense. Primal Rage thrown into the mix as Joel Otaku looking to clean house on the disabled characters. May well coming up, and I think it just blocked the Reaper in, kept him from getting knocked off the side. Actually, a pretty big play coming out there as Mr. Piffles and Volt combine for a pair of kills. But here comes Sword Skill. Bladed Hand takes out one, but can't find the kill onto the Reaper. Called Volt picks up the kill onto Otaku, and the defense able to hold on here. Still a $1.23 left on the clock, but I think Tidal spent everything in their bank on that last attack.
Question and answer time. Bull Skunk. If you are 90% to EMP and you have bomb in your pocket, what do you do?
Oh, you EMP bomb.
No. What you do is you throw your bomb as a worm burner to try and kill everybody with an immortality barrier up, and then you hit EMP.
Well, either way, Weasel drops in with a Death Blossom, finds himself several kills, denying any ult charge getting built up here for this final fight as RTC looking to make something happen here. If they can't find this final resting place, it is going to be all over. Prophet's Tribe will remain undefeated here in the multi-tier tournament. Coming back in. Yeah, 30 seconds on the clock. Coalescence coming out on the side of the attacking team as they are looking to push around this final corner. Weasel gone in looking for something, but was forced to wait for him out. Now here comes the Blizzard. Sound barrier there. Will it be enough? Sword Skills goes down. Good shielding there to try and protect the rest of the team, but now they're Sans May. They're going to have to make a big play to get this thing across the finish line, and they're going to have to do it without their main tank. 8 seconds on the clock. Killer Reaper goes down. Fatal King onto his trademark Hanzo, but I don't think it's going to be enough. No one can even make it back to Cart. And Prophet's Tribe emerge victorious. And Tidal RTC, their match will end not with a bang, but a whimper. Yeah. As they fall 1-3 here to the Tribe.
Oof.
Busting out a little TS alert there for you. Just throwing that.
So yeah, I mean, that was just Sword Skills putting in some work on the Genji. I mean, dive was working. And you have to. I'm not sure the two self-destructs. One on defense, one on attack. I'm flabbergasted as a Foreman Diva main that you don't wait the extra 10 percentage points towards your ult to pop that EMP bomb. That would have cleared the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see why you don't. I mean, that's like throwing your dragons out with 9% left to go on Graviton Surge. Like, it just seems... it seems like too much of a fight-winning ult, too much potential to get big value out of that. And, when you talk about the immortality field, EMP disables that thing. No immortality field's going to save you if you get EMP Diva bombed. Yeah,
you're done. I mean, you throw your bomb, you throw your EMP like 2 seconds later, and bye-bye. You wave bye-bye to everybody.
No Wraith Form, no Fortify, no Ice Block, none of those big cooldowns to escape. I think that was a missed opportunity here for RTC. Prophet's Tribe capitalizing and coming up with the W here in our Tier 3 series.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it was a good match all around. I mean, just the missed chances by RTC. I think they're going to kick themselves booties over what could have been there because they had it. They had the keys every time. They just boneheaded plays, as my coach would say. Boneheaded plays will lose you matches every.
Yes, sir. In the end, 3-1 your final score. And we gotta pick an MVP here, Billy. And there were so many players on the battlefield here today. It's hard to narrow it down.
I'm going for Volt.
I was thinking the exact same thing, as a matter of fact, so I think that's a great pick. The Sigma play all day on point. The Gravitic Fluxes finding so much value. I'd have to agree. Sigma can be a very difficult player to use, and Volt just seamlessly flowing between his shielding, his accretions, his fluxes, finding the kills when necessary, protecting the team when necessary. You saw him initiate a lot of fights with that grasp, the kinetic grasp, and walking in with 700, 800 health there at the beginning of fights. I mean, that's how you initiate. That's how you create space. Well done to our MVP called Volt here today.
Yep. He put on a Sigma clean today, and it almost seemed like he was getting Gravitic Flex like every 1-5 fights.
Oh, and such a slow building ultimate too, such a high cost ultimate.
Yep. So he did great with it. And as you said, both teams fought their hearts out, but some days it's just not your day, and that may have been the case for Tidal RTC. Not to take anything away from Prophet Tribe though, because they really came out and punched them in the face. Literally, Mr. Piffles punching them in the face
a few times, as a matter of fact.
A few times. So, great picks by the team there.
And, it's like you mentioned early in the broadcast, it's our first time seeing them here personally, getting a chance to watch VODs of them, to see them in action. And I was thoroughly impressed as they moved to a 5-0 record with... What is that going to be? That's going to be a 17-6 map 17-5, map differential.
Yep, 17-5.
Very strong showing, definitely in playoff contention there, moving to 5-0. But Tidal RTC not out of the hunt just yet. As we reviewed last night there on FNO, three losses is kind of the magic number in Tier 3 to knock you out of playoffs. So we'll see if Tidal can bounce back. Perhaps this just wasn't their hero pool. Wasn't their map pool. I suspect they were missing that Reinhardt, looking a little disheveled in the tank line, I think is the best way I can put it.
I know how good they are with Ryan Zarya. We've seen them.
Yes, sir.
They're unstoppable. When it's Ryan Zarya, they're unstoppable. And I think that they are truly experiencing probably their worst available week, because they also don't have the ability to use the McCree. They have a very good McCree.
Right.
They ran McCree Hanzo a lot, and then McCree Junkrat or Reaper Junkrat or May Junkrat. They have tools. Just I think this week really screwed them with the hero pool. So that's my take on it. That's my take. I'm sticking.
I like it, Billy. I like it. Well, that's going to bring match 1 to a close. Prophet Tribe taking it 3-1 once again. But y'all don't go anywhere. We're coming right back here on this channel in roughly about 20 minutes. I'm not even going to turn the stream off. We'll just let it ride. We've got a Tier 2 matchup coming at you. It's going to be the Guardians at Astra taking on Data Demons. So stick around. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Bye.